Alright, welcome back everyone. So I'm going to start coating the paint here for a second. I'm just getting my work area in better condition here. Prep wipe, I use Cquartz M122. I gotta throw all this stuff away once I'm done. But these are just some of the coatings I end up using. I end up using Deluxe on all the exterior trim on the window and on the mirrors here. Door handles, I use this. It just works better on smooth paints. Smooth plastics like this. The the Pinnacle Black Label ceramic trim restore didn't work very well on this type of trim material. For me, it worked better on the textured trim. So that, remember, the textured trim I did solution finish, ended up topping it with this on here. So it was a combination of both of these. So this is going to be, I use this to do the primary trim restoration. This is also a dyed product, kind of like solution finish, except this has a ceramic portion of it to protect it. So I use that for the trim. So it got it actually darkened the trim more using this on top of the solution finish. So we did that. The side of the glass, because I had some flat by 30 that I wanted to use up, I used this on just the side glass pieces here. So the 1, 2, 3, 6 windows, I did 2 coats of that, just make sure I got even coverage. And on the front and rear glass, I put PNS Inspiration View, their new glass coating. This got 1 coat. I'll put another coat on the front and rear, a little bit because the rear has a wiper. And then for the paint, I decided to just go ahead and use the Adams paint coating. I got this bottle here, which has a little bit left in here. And then I also have a little bit more here. The wheel I polished up, so I'm going to polish up this wheel as well. And I'm going to go ahead and just use the Adams wheel coating on there. So that's the combination. Prep wipe, I use Cquartz M122. So that's the plan going forward. And I'll try to just give you an idea of what how I'm going to be applying the Adams. So, I really don't like this version of the auto fiber coating saver applicator. I like the Terry version, or essentially a microfiber version, over this suede one. The suede one tends to drag a little bit more. So I'm doing this because these lint, so I'm getting all the lint off the applicator. So that's what I'm doing this. I'm using the rubber glove to get it. I don't know, you guys can't see it. So that's what I'm doing with this version here. Turn it down a little bit. See what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Okay. And then if you're getting a little bit of dust on the paint sitting overnight, just take yourself a plush towel. No pressure. Just drag the towel over the surface, like so, and then you'll be set. You're not going to scratch the paint. None of that. You're perfectly fine. I'm gonna put that here, and see. We'll just go ahead and just use this. God, the neighbor's making so much noise back there with this truck, or whatever the heck it is, clunker. Ooh, that's why I don't like the Adams dropper. It drops too much product onto the applicator. That's good enough. I got plenty to work with. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it here. Now, white paint is some of the hardest paint to coat. I'm going to go over that little thing here. I can do this entire section, to be honest. And again, depending on your temperature, humidity, that's going to determine how fast the coating is going to flash on you. I'm just going to get this piece here. And the one benefit to this coating is that it'll rainbow. You'll get the rainbow effect on here. Put that down. Put that in there so I don't spill it. You can't see it on the camera, but I can actually see it rainbowing here. I'll show you 2 features. I'm going to go ahead and turn these lights off here for a second. So so I can show you the benefit to the Adams coating here. So for the Adams coating, the benefit is you can use this light. It's not that dark in here. I don't know if you guys can actually see this. I got some coating residue here. So it actually gives me a visual representation of where I've been. You can see some streaks here. It's kind of hard to see on camera. I think you can actually see if I, there you go. This should give you a good idea. This is where I stopped. So that's the one benefit of this coating, is you can use the UV light if you wanted to. Now for towels, I'm going to pop the light back on. You have a pearl weave towel from the rag company doing the heavy lifting. Okay, so that does the heavy lifting. I got a rag company Edgeless 300 that's going to do the remaining final buff to get any residue off. And the thing I like about the Adams coating is it feels slick once you put it on. Now they recommend one coat. I'm probably going to do two. You know, one and done. That's the way they're doing it. So let me just go ahead and put these towels here for a second. And again, I could use the light here. This light to kind of see where I left off here. And I got some residue here. So it's like a, you can see parts where you applied a little bit extra, like right here I can see I got a little extra. But those streak marks will go away as the coating starts to cure and level off. So don't freak out if you see some heavier spots like this spot here. Don't freak out. It'll kind of self-level. The thing is, you want to just make sure you got it everywhere on the paint. So here I went a little heavier, but it's on there. That's all you want to do. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Let me go ahead and pop these lights back on because I prefer not to use this. I prefer to just use the natural ambient light, lighting from the garage. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish off this car. So I know it's a little bit rushed, but let's go ahead and knock this one out. And then so I actually just finished putting on one layer of the Adams paint coating. It looks real good. I mean, complete turnaround from when it first showed up in my house here. I mean, look, you can see the reflections finally. See my Camaro in the background here. So Adams recommends they really only put one layer is good enough. But I'm going to do two just for even coverage. I'm not really expecting max durability out of it. Like I said, it's probably going to see a tone wash here and there. But I mean, look at this. Looks great. Like I said, the polishing step is the part that's going to give you the most gloss. The coating is going to give you that glass-like appearance, is what I'm seeing here in person. I don't know if it's translating over on the camera, but you can actually see that I have reflections finally. No more chalkiness getting on my hand. You can actually see yourself in this paint if you wanted to. I mean, this part was heavily oxidized. You can actually see my Grand Prix reflecting off there, really nice. The top looks good. Yeah, like I said, these finicky panels absorbed. Didn't absorb the coating like because I have probably the Shine Supply. What do you call it? Slick back primer polish that has silica in there, so should bond fine. The Adams paint coating should bond fine to that. These have deluxe on there. Here's the rear hatch. Again, you can see my car in there with the reflex of the coating is just the icing on the cake from all the prep work that you do. This part doesn't really restore very well. That's pretty faded. You can actually see. Real nice. Reflecting off all the junk that's in the garage. So overall, this thing, you know, doesn't have a lot of paint. It didn't take me long to coat it, about half an hour to really go around the entire painted surface. here. Like I said, I'm just going to lay down one more coat. That coating saver applicator, you guys got to get those. Get the microfiber versions, not the suede ones. The suede one worked fine. Just the microfiber versions look good. You know, I had on my other bottle of Adams, I had about roughly 25 mils, and I was able to get around the entire car with that amount of product. So that goes to show you how much product that applicator saved. But yeah, I'm done. I'm just gonna do it right now. Since I'm waiting for the paint to kind of do that, I'm gonna put the second layer of the PNS view glass coating on here. That's it for the glass, and then I'll just wait until like I said, I probably got about 45 minutes left before I can put a second layer on the paint. And like I said, it came out great. So looks great. This is the final panel. I lost daylight here. I had my headlamp on, and plus all my lighting in here in the garage. Let me turn that off. But I just want to show you that if you didn't have the headlamp, this is where the UV light would come in handy for if you're using the Adams paint coating or their graphene coating. I don't know if this translates on here, but you know, you can kind of see where you can see those streak marks. That's where I was. This door is a little bit more level. You can see a little bit of streaks there, but it's actually slightly more level. This one's the one that has Essence on it, so I think just looking at it, this actually sat better over Essence than on bare paint. This is bare paint, but you can actually see, so I've, you know, like that spot right there. I have to use my legs here. You know, that's I don't know if it shows up on camera very well. There's a little triangle here. There it is, of a missed area. So let me just go ahead and see if I can hit that. You guys can't see it. It's right here. So just fill it in with some coating on your applicator. Doesn't need to sit long on there. Come back and wipe it off. And then just a final wipe. Then you can see that I've filled in that area. So as long as you have even coverage, you're still going to see a little bit of your streak marks here. Again, this is the second layer I'm putting on over the first, and really just to make sure I have even coverage. You know, like right here. Again, that's from the applicator. But if you did your crosshatch pattern and you got even coverage, like right here, there's more product around that area. You know, if you got even coverage, if I wanted to address that area, again, just take the applicator and just work it over that area. Wipe it off. Get my second towel for the final wipe, which looks cool. It's a white towel. And now we've covered that area. But again, don't worry too much if you did your typical crosshatch pattern, which is what you're seeing here. All these little streak marks are my crosshatch pattern, up and down, left and right. You're going to be fine. They're going to level themselves out as the coating cures, and then once it's in the sun, it'll even out even more. So you won't even see these lines on there. You can spend hours and hours trying to level them out, but again, if you did the crosshatch pattern, you're good to go. You know, here's some streak marks here. Like here, I didn't get a lot of product down there for the trim because I was trying to avoid hitting the trim. And again, this is a second coat on top of the first, so the first is already kind of leveled out, and so now you're seeing the second coat kind of on top of the first, trying to level itself out. And eventually this will level itself out as it cures. You know, like I said, I just finished this door panel. Same principle everywhere else. So I just want to kind of show you a quick update on the Adams UV coating, and I don't think it doesn't show on the applicator, but again, you can actually see the coating reacts to the light. This is the UV light that comes with it. So I just want to point that out. If you guys didn't have that, hope this helps with using the Adams paint coating. Their graphene ceramic coating is the same. It uses the same concept of using their UV tracer to help you with the coating application. But this thing is looking sweet. It's done. Second coat is done. I just gotta finish polishing up this wheel and putting on the Adams wheel coating on there, and pretty much just put the tire dressing on there and call it a day. He's gonna come pick it up tomorrow, Thanksgiving. So this is so again, this is done. That wheel's done. You guys can't see how black it looks compared to the one in the front. So I'm officially done coating this thing, and yeah, it's looking real nice. Here's the paint. It's kind of a little hard to get white to really pop, but under the light it's looking real nice. The Adams UV paint coating is really the icing on the cake for it. So the FJ is done. The only thing I did to it was put the Adams Ceramic Boost on top of the Adams UV paint coating. I think the guy just ran the stop sign. But anyway, I just wanted a layer of protection on top of the coating so it doesn't spot while it's curing. He lives closer to the ocean than I do, so he gets more dew, but it looks great. I mean, the primary thing on here was to restore the bumpers here, which I did, the headlights, which came out great, and get the oxidation layer off the paint, which is now gone. The wheels, I did polish them up, and they came out really good. They look black after they're ceramic coated. No longer are they grayish in appearance, so it looks good. All the trim was dressed again with the solution finish to restore it, and then topped with the Pinnacle Black Label ceramic trim restore. These Cquartz Deluxe. The roof rack, I use the Adams graphene spray coating, give it some life. The glass flyby 30 on those sides, and on the front rear it's the PNS view Cquartz Deluxe. I mean, this thing looks great. Trim black, wheels are looking black, everything's looking good, paint's done. So that's all there is to this one. I just want to give you a quick walk around of the car. All the work paid off. All the reflections, I got a spider right there. But the reflections are pretty impressive for what this car, how this car came to me with all the oxidation. This thing is good to go. I'm going to flick this spider off in a minute, but yeah. So that's it for this FJ. That's it for this one, and yeah, thanks for watching.